Now we're moving into the usability portion of web design. And your book for this section is Don't Make Me Think, which is the best textbook I've ever used. This is the third version I'm using for it. It's my most valuable textbook, but still I can sell it to my students all that I want. I have found that if I don't assign some way to capture points to prove that they've read it, they don't read it. I don't want to do a test on this because there's not vocabulary that I'm trying to get you to learn. I want you to read and grasp the big concepts. So I'm going to give you the choice of either outlining, if you think in a linear fashion, or mind mapping, if you're a little more creative and prefer not to be linear, to capture the main points of each chapter. You may or may not have done this before. I'm using Coggle. This is by Google, so you can sign in for free with a Google account. So it's coggle.it, and I'm going to use it to make a mind map. I'm going to show you how I would do a mind map of the first chapter. I want you to do your own mind map of the first chapter and a mind map of each chapter in the whole book. You'll have different chapters assigned for each class period, and I think you're going to find that it's a pretty light read and that it's really got good information. So this is Don't Make Me Think, and that is the main concept of the first chapter. And he's very well organized, Steve Krug, and he will let you know what the chapter's about. So this one is Don't Make Me Think. And you put your center concept in the middle of your mind map, and you can add to either end and keep going from there. So as you go through the book, and this is on Course Smart, you can get it on here for $22. It's available to read online. You can read it on a Kindle, or you can also buy it through Amazon on Kindle, or you can actually buy the paperback copy, which is about 40 bucks. Some of the best money you'll spend on a textbook ever. Don't throw this one away. You do want the new version because it gets into mobile design, and that's important because your web pages need to go mobile. So in any case, we're going to go on and look at this and capture the key points. And it's how you interpret it. And so you want the user to know what to do without thought. And part of that is clear navigation. And good labeling. So I will play with this a little bit. Okay, so it's going to branch out from there. So your job is to get rid of the question marks over people's head. So to make people not think, you need to know what makes them think. And here, a lot of it is bad labels. What else makes us think? This is showing you that this is a button, it's clickable. This looks slightly clickable. This doesn't really look clickable. Other things that make us think: poor graphics. Poor navigation. So here you're seeing an example: city or airport, and with drop downs. and these are actually going with codes for airport codes, that's not going to really make sense to them. So you can look at the different things that he's giving you examples of. And so here you'll see Boston is Boston Logan Airport, and it gives you a choice, and you can get a list of choices, so it's good. So so having choices, you shouldn't have to think about where you're at. Where do you begin? Where do they put the? And so we want to give clear choices. And we can stretch these out if we need to have more room here. Drop downs with more information. That's one way to do it. Okay. We can sort of bring this in here. Any of the joints you can just sort of drag around. Poor navigation, poor graphics. Now you do know that while your goal is to be self-evident, you can't make everything self-evident. So let's actually move this. And generally, anything that's bold and red is going to be a new topic. This one will be poor labels. So you want to try and make things, if it can't be self-evident, next best is self-explanatory. And so this is a process of mind mapping. You'll go through and you will read this and put in your own points, trying to give you a mind map of what the chapter is about. And so I want you to go through the whole book, and you will do one of these for each chapter. When you are done, you can share or edit with other people. What I want you to do is I want you to download a PDF. And it'll take a minute to create it. And the PDF is what you will, I'll save this here, and that's what you will hand in on Canvas. So I will finish this so that you have an example of the first chapter, but I want you to do your own. And it doesn't need to match mine, just whatever you think is important, the notes you want to take.